Hi, Aaryn. I got from your message, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it yesterday. I was very busy. Um, about this particular problem. It's number 20, and you said you were inquiring why I didn't give you an example of it on the video. Well, I did. I checked my completed notes, but I think I must have missed hanging up one of the videos, and I'll check that next. But to address your problem, I want to help you. So here we go. We've got this right triangle, and it's going to want the F, N, and H, and A. But we're going to start with our F. So our first step for finding F is to see what's given. So let's look at what's given. All right, so given is the 30-degree angle as a reference, and we're given the hypotenuse of the right triangle, which equals 63. All right, so we're given that, and F is adjacent. Of the 30-degree angle. All right, so let's construct it. If I have adjacent over hypotenuse, then I've got cosine of theta. That's our identity. That's the ones you're supposed to know pretty much by heart. Now we're going to construct our equation. We have the cosine of 30. Oops, no, I put theta there, I'm sorry. Cosine of 30 degrees must equal, and we know it's adjacent, which is our F. My eraser is too big. Hold up. I'm erasing more than I need. All right. All right. 30 degrees is going to be adjacent over, and our hypotenuse is 63. Now, we know that this, we're going to use the standard ratio. The standard ratio for 30 degrees. Okay, well, cosine of 30 degrees is going to be the square root of 3 over 2 equals to adjacent, and we're going to now change that to the F of 63. I'm going to multiply both sides by the 63. So I'm going to have 63 square roots of 3 over 2 is F. And that's the answer for F. All right. You're going to leave it in exact form. All right. Now remember, in the video I state always use what's given. Well, if we did F, what is A then? Okay, if we're going to find A, we know that our reference angle is 30, and our hypotenuse is 63. Okay, well, A is opposite side of the 30-degree angle. So therefore, we have to think about it. So we have opposite over hypotenuse is what we can do. And that's going to mean it's the sine of 30 degrees. Well, that's our equation. So we're going to write in what we know. This is an A, and this is 63. And the ratio for 30, for sine 30, is 1/2. So we're going to multiply both sides by 63. And therefore, A is 63/2. And this is an exact answer. Okay, so we have two of them. Well, now we have the 60-degree angle here. And we want the H. But we have this one. All right. So we're going to use our N here. We're going to find N. And we still have now we have a new reference angle. It's 60 degrees. And we're given a leg that is opposite. Is the value A. That equals 63/2. All right. So now that we have this 63/2, and we know we have the opposite, but we want the hypotenuse. Okay, so our function then becomes a hypotenuse. So we have the opposite side of the 60, and the hypotenuse has to equal, and we know this guy is opposite is sine. Okay. The opposite side is 63/2. Okay. Over, and the hypotenuse was, what was the letter they used? H for hypotenuse. Is equal to the sine of 60. Now we're going to replace the ratio for sine of 60. And the sine of 60 is the square root of 3 over 2. All right. So I'm going to multiply both sides by h. And I might not have shown that on my video, but I'm doing it for you so you don't get lost. All right. In order to get this rid of it, we're going to divide, but it's a fraction, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. And those will cancel out, and I'm left with h. And I'm going to do it to this side. Okay, I've done this. Now what happens here is if this cancels this and this cancels that, so I'm left with h. And that's exactly what I want, is the h. All right, so I know I've got the h. Well, now we're going to do this guy. Well, this cancels this. All right, and we don't like radicals in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply by the square root of 3 over 3. And that's just multiplying, like multiplying by 1. And then that'll give me 63 square roots of 3 over 3. 3 will divide into that value 63 evenly. So I'm going to get 21 square roots of 3 is h. And that's the exact answer, which is what they want. I hope this is more clear than what I did for other students. I want to thank you for listening and working. I appreciate the work.